Hello everyone, welcome back to Competitive Scholar, your dedicated platform for serious aspirants preparing for competitive exams like UPSC, State PSC, SSC and other government examination. Here we have started a MCQ series on modern history. We have covered several chapters. You can check from our modern history playlist and previously we have completed our part 1 of Congress Socialist Party, that is CSP, and this is our second part, and we will be covering from question number 134 to 240, around 240. So without delay, let's start our session. First one is, which leaders represented the Marxist trend within CSP? Option A, Nehru and Bose. Option B, JP Narayan and Acharya Narendra Dev. C, Lohia and Achyut Patwardhan. D, Minumashani and Ashok Mehta. And the correct answer is option B. And I have provided the explanation related to each question. You can check it. Let's move to the, here is the explanation. Next, 135. The Fabian socialist trend within CSP was led by A. Lohia and Patwardhan, B. JP Narayan and Narendra Dev, C. Minumashani and Ashok Mehta, D. EMS Namboothiripath and Krishna Pillai. And the correct answer is option C with explanation. So C is the correct answer. Next, question number 136. The Gandhian socialist trend in CSP was associated with A. JP Narayan and Masani, B. Ram Manohar Lohia and Achyut Patwardhan, C. Nehru and Bose, D. Narendra Dev and Patwardhan. B is the correct answer. Next, sorry. Which of the following groups joined CSP after 1935 apart from communist? A. Khilafat volunteers, B. Muslim League moderates, C. Anusilan Marxist, D. Princely state leaders. And the correct answer is option C. And here is the explanation. If you want the PDF, please let me know in the comment section. I will provide the full PDF of the topic. Next, the influx of communist and HSRA members caused CSP to become A. More moderate, B. Less active, C. Ideologically diverse, D. Supportive of British policies. C is the correct answer. Next, which global event shaped the communist decision to collaborate with CSP? A. The First World War, B. The Seventh Congress of Communist International 1935, C. Russian Civil War, D. Chinese Revolution. B is the correct answer, and here is the explanation. One 140. Which CSP faction followed Western social democratic ideas? A. Marxist faction, B. Gandhian Socialist Faction, C. Fabian Socialist Faction, D. Revolutionary Socialist Faction. C is the correct answer. Next, sorry, 141. Which pair represents trends that coexisted within the CSP? A. Liberal and monarchist. B. Communist and capitalist. C. Marxist and Gandhian socialist. D. Feudal and communal. So the correct answer is option C. Next, the presence of communists in CSP especially strengthened their influence in A. Bombay mills, B. Bengal jute factories, C. Kerala Congress, D. Hyderabad Princely Street. And the correct answer is option C. You can check the explanation. I'm pausing here. Next, 143. What were the two main aims of the left groups working inside the Congress in the early years? A. Strengthening princely states and ending socialism. B. Influencing Congress decisions and replacing the Gandhian leadership. C. Stopping mass movement and promoting capitalism. D. Supporting the British government. B is the correct answer, and here is the explanation. Let's check it. Next, from which year did all left groups within Congress begin to act unitedly against the right wings? Right wing. A. 1930, B. 1932, C. 1936, D. 1942. And the correct answer is option C. Next, in the 1939 Congress presidential election, left groups united to support A. Gandhi, B. Nehru, C. Subhash Chandra Bose, D. Vallabhbhai Patel. C is the correct answer. What accusation did Bose make against right-wing Congress leaders? A. They were too revolutionary. B. They were not genuinely interested in fighting imperialism. C. They wanted to merge with communists. D. They supported peasant struggles. B is the correct answer. Check the explanation. After Bose's victory in the 1939 election, Gandhi said Pattabhi Sitaramayya's defeat was A victory for socialism, B. A sign to dissolve INC, C. His own defeat, D. A minor political event. C is the correct answer. Next, why did CSP decide not to create an alternative leadership to Gandhi after 1939? A. They realized Gandhi was becoming pro-British. B. They feared weakening the national movement. C. They wanted Bose to resign. D. They preferred to boycott Congress. B is the correct answer of this question. This is the explanation. Which leader among the left believed strongly that independence could be achieved only under Gandhi's leadership? A. Subhash Chandra Bose. B. Jai Prakash Narayan. C. M.N. Roy. D. Jawaharlal Nehru. D is the correct answer, and here is the explanation. Next, why did Nehru support Gandhi despite ideological differences? A. He believed Gandhi understood the peasants best. B. He agreed entirely with Gandhi. C. He wanted to dissolve the socialist bloc. D. He opposed the national movement. A is the correct answer. Next, when did the CSP open its doors to the communists? A. 1934. B. 1935. C. 1937. D. 1940. And B is the correct answer. Next, what advantage did communists gain by joining CSP in 1935? A. Ability to contest elections independently. B. Ability to work legally in politics. C. Control over the INC treasury. D. Right to lead the Congress Working Committee. B is the correct answer. Which three socialists were inducted by Nehru into the Congress Working Committee in 1936? A. Minu Masani, Ashok Mehta, Lohia. B. Narendra Dev, J.P. Narayan, Achyut Patwardhan. C. Bose, Roy, Ranga. D. Indulal Yagnik, E.M.S. Ranga. B is the correct answer. Next. Under which presidency was the phase 4 session of INC in 1936 held? A. Bose. B. Gandhi. C. Nehru. D. Patel. C is the correct answer. Which of the following was not part of the agrarian program adopted at phase 4 1936? A. Revenue reduction. B. Abolition of feudal dues. C. Promotion of Jamindari system. D. Cooperative farming. C is the correct answer. The Feshpur session emphasized forming which organizations for rural uplift? A. Military academies. B. Trade union. C. Peasant union. D. Religious council. C is the correct answer. Which leader is associated with organizing the All India Kisan Sabha? A. Gokhale, B. Yusuf Merali, C. Professor N.G. Ranga, D. Jinnah. C is the correct answer. The first All India Kisan Congress met at A. Phejpur, B. Lucknow, C. Lahore, D. Patna. B is the correct answer. Question number 159. The All India Kisan Sabha was formed primarily through the efforts of A. Gandhi Patel Nehru, B. Ranga Indulal Yagnik, Swami Sahajanand Saraswati, C. Rajendra Prasad Bose Lohia, D. J.P. Narayan Masani Kamaladevi. So B is the correct answer, and here is the explanation. 160. In which year did all left groups come together to oppose the Gandhian leadership? A. 1930, B. 1936, C. 1939, D. 1942. This is the answer, and here is the explanation. After 1939, which group did the communist and socialist begin to distance themselves from? A. Nehru, B. Gandhi, C. Bose, D. Patel. C is the correct answer. Here is the explanation. Next, what did the left groups believe about Gandhiji after 1939? A. He was outdated and should retire. B. Only he could mobilize the Indian masses. C. He wanted to compromise with the British. D. He opposed the national movement. B is the correct answer, and here is the required explanation. All left groups within the Congress worked together primarily to A. Strengthen the right wing, B. Influence Congress decisions and challenge Gandhiji's leadership, C. Support British policies, D. Promote princely state. B is the correct answer. Left groups within Congress united against the right wing from 1930, 1932, C. 1936, D. 1940. C is the correct answer. In the 1939 Congress presidential election, left groups supported A. Patel, B. Rajendra Prasad, C. Nehru, D. Subhash Chandra Bose. D is the correct answer, and here is the explanation. What did Bose accuse right-wing Congress leaders of? A. Supporting violent revolution, B. Ignoring communal harmony, C. Compromising with the colonial government. D. Opposing elections. So C is the correct answer. Next. Gandhi called Patavi's Taramia's defeat in 1939 A. A small political setback. B. His own defeat. C. A mistake by the working committee. D. A victory for socialism. B is the correct answer. Why did left leaders like CSP choose not to develop alternative leadership after 1939? A. They wanted to support the British. B. They feared weakening the national movement. C. They wanted to dissolve Congress. D. They disagreed with socialism. B is the correct answer. Which left group abandoned the attempt to build alternative leadership after 1939? A. Muslim League. B. CSP and Communist. C. Swarajist. D. Moderates. B is the correct answer. The major ideological difference between Nehru and other left groups concerned: A. Foreign policy. B. Peasant reform. C. Gandhi's leadership. D. Trade union policy. C is the correct answer. What was Nehru's opinion about Gandhi? A. Gandhi hindered mass mobilization. B. Only Gandhi could lead India's millions. C. Gandhi opposed socialism. D. Gandhi did not understand rural India. B is the correct answer, and here is the explanation. Why did Nehru believe Gandhi was essential for the freedom struggle? A. He was the richest leader. B. He was internationally known. C. He understood peasants deeply. D. He led the military forces. C is the correct answer, and here is the explanation. 173. CSP opened its doors to communists in A. 1933, B. 1934, C. 1935, D. 1936. So, your C is the correct answer. What did communists gain by joining CSP in 1935? A. Right to become Congress president. B. Right to work legally in political activities. C. Control of Indian trade union. D. Freedom to form princely militaries. B is the correct answer, and here is the explanation. Next, who among the following was inducted into the Congress Working Committee by Nehru in 1936? A. Patel, Maulana Azad, Rajaji. B. Narendra Dev, J.P. Narayan, Achyut Patwardhan. C. Bose, Rajendra Prasad, Vallabhbhai Patel. D. Indulali Yagnik, N.G. Ranga and Lohia. B is the correct answer. Next, the Fezpur session of INC 1936 was significant because it A. Launched Quit India, B. Adopted a major agrarian program, C. Drafted the Indian Constitution, D. Declared complete independence. B is the correct answer, and here is the explanation. Next, question number 177. Which of the following was not part of the Fezpur agrarian program? A. Revenue reduction, B. Abolition of feudal levies, C. Cooperative farming, D. Promotion of Jamindari system. Here D is the correct answer with proper explanation. Next, question number 178. Which leader was not directly associated with forming All India Kisan Sabha? A. N.G. Ranga, B. Swami Sahajanand Saraswati, C. Indulali Yagnik, D. Acharya Narendra Dev. D is the correct answer. The first All India Kisan Congress was held in A. Lahore, B. Lucknow, C. Fezpur, D. Kanpur. Answer is Lucknow. Question number 180. The All India Kisan Sabha was mainly associated with A. Industrial labor rights, B. Military reform, C. Peasant movement, D. Education reform. Answer is C. Next, in 1936, under Nehru's presidency, the INC A. rejected all agrarian ideas, B. adopted socialist and peasant-friendly policies, C. expelled all socialist members, D. supported princely states authority. B is the correct answer. The left groups within the Congress attempted to displace which leadership? A. Bose leadership, B. Gandhi's leadership, C. Nehru's leadership, D. Patel's leadership. B is the correct answer. In the late 1930s, the left ncert Congress mainly united against the A. centrist, B. Communist Party, C. right wing of the Congress, D. princely state. This is the correct answer. Question number 184. In the 1939 Congress election, the left groups aimed to replace A. Nehru with Gandhi, B. Gandhi's leadership through Bose, C. Patel with Rajendra Prasad, C. Bose with Lohia. B is the correct answer, And here I have provided the explanation. Which leader did Bose accuse of planning a compromise with the British? A. Nehru, B. Rajendra Prasad, C. Right-wing Congress leaders, D. J.P. Narayan. And C is the correct answer. Next, question number 186. Gandhi viewed Pattabi Sitaramaya's defeat in 1939. Now we have already discussed twice his own defeat. Actually, I have done questions from 5 to 6 books. That's why in that hurry it get repeated. So sorry for that. Next, question number 187. After 1939, CSP leaders realized that trying to replace Gandhi was strengthen the left, weaken the national movement, impress the British, promote a communist revolution. B is the answer. Question number 188. The left eventually abandoned which of the following strategies? A. Socialist propaganda. B. Attempts to develop alternative leadership to Gandhi. C. Participation in elections. D. Work among peasants. So here this is the answer and this is the explanation. Question number 189. According to the text, which leader believed Gandhi was the only one who could lead India's millions? A. Bose, B. M.N. Roy, C. Nehru, D. J.P. Narayan. Here C is the correct answer. (190). What did Nehru consider Gandhi to be especially good at understanding? A. Industrialist, B. Foreign affairs, C. Peasants, D. Trade unions. C is the correct answer. Yeah, and here is the explanation. Next, what did the CSP's decision in 1935 to admit communists enable them to do? A. Launch violent movements. B. Work legally in political activities. C. Control the Congress treasury. D. Lead mass strike independently. So B is the correct answer. (192). In 1936, who inducted three socialists into the Congress Working Committee? A. Gandhi, B. Patel, C. Nehru, D. Bose. C is the correct answer. And here is the explanation. Which of the following was not one of the three socialists inducted into CWC in 1936? A. J.P. Narayan, B. Achyut Patwardhan, C. Narendra Dev, D. Minu Moshani. D is the correct answer. Here CWC means Congress Working Committee. 194. Which session of the ANC adopted a major agrarian program in 1936? A. Karachi session, B. Lahore session, C. Phezpur session, D. Lucknow session. C is the correct answer. Next, question number 195. Which of the following was included in the Phezpur agrarian program? A. Promotion of Jamindari system, B. Living wage for agrarian laborers, C. Removal of cooperative farming, D. Increase in pigeon taxes. B is the correct answer. Next, which reform was part of the Phezpur session resolutions? A. Increase in feudal levies, B. Creation of princely armies, C. Introduction of cooperative farming, D. Ban on peasant unions. C is the correct answer. Question number 197. The Congress Socialist contributed majorly to which movement? A. Swadeshi movement, B. Kishan, that is peasant movement, C. Khilafat movement, D. Home rule movement. This question interlinked with one of the previous questions we have discussed in this session. So answer is B, and here is the explanation. Next, question number 198. The All India Kisan Sabha was organized due to the efforts of A. Gandhi Patel Nehru, B. J.P. Narayan Lohia Mehrali, C. Professor N.G. Ranga Indula Yagnik, Swami Shahajanand Saraswati, B. Bose Rajendra Prasad Rajagopalachari. Answer, and here is the explanation. Next, one region the left distanced itself from Bose after 1939 was A. Bose rejected socialism, B. They feared getting isolated from the mainstream national movement, C. Bose supported British policies, D. Bose wanted to dissolve CSP. So, B is the correct answer. Question number 200. The fundamental issue dividing Nehru from the rest of the left groups was A. Economic policy, B. Cooperation with the British, C. Gandhi's leadership, D. Attitude towards communism. C is the correct answer. Question number 201. The Congress Socialists changed Congress policy by encouraging involvement in the affairs of A. Jamindari states, B. Princely states, C. British Parliament, D. Trade unions only. B is the correct answer. Next, 202. Congress Socialist activists supported which groups in Princely State? A. The rulers, B. British officials, C. Democratic movements of the people, D. Industrialists. Next, here is the answer and explanation. Which session passed the resolution on fundamental rights and economic policy under Nehru's influence? A. Lahore session, B. Karachi session, C. Phejpur session, D. Lucknow session. B is the correct answer, and here is the explanation. The Congress election manifesto reflecting left influence was issued in A. 1929, B. 1931, C. 1936, D. 1939. C is the correct answer, and here is the explanation. The National Planning Committee was established in 1938 under the chairmanship of A. Subhash Chandra Bose, B. Vallabhbhai Patel, C. Jawaharlal Nehru, D. J.P. Narayan. C is the correct answer. Next, the All India Students Federation was founded in A. 1928, B. 1932, C. 1936, D. 1940. C is the correct answer, and check the explanation to understand the things related to the question. Next, which left-leaning cultural organization was established in 1936? A. INC Literary Council, B. Progressive Writers Association, C. Hind Mazdoor Sabha, D. National Theatre Movement. Okay, B is the correct answer. Here is the explanation. Next, 208. Jawaharlal Nehru served as Congress president in all of the following years except A. 1929, B. 1936, C. 1937, D. 1939. So D is the correct answer. Next, which leader served as Congress president in both 1938 and 1939? A. Nehru, B. Gandhi, C. Bose, D. Rajendra Prasad. C is the correct answer, and here is the explanation. Next, Patabi Sitaramaya was defeated in 1939 Congress election by A. Gandhi, B. Sardar Patel, C. Subhash Chandra Bose, D. J.P. Narayan. This is the answer. Next, which event demonstrated the rising influence of the left within Congress? A. Civil disobedience movement, B. Launch of non-cooperation, C. Election of Nehru and Bose as presidents in late 1930s, D. Pune Pact. C is the correct answer. Next, the Congress Socialist pushed Congress to move from aloofness to involvement in A. Foreign policy, B. Princely state struggle, C. Jamindari reform, D. Trade dispute only. B is the correct answer. Which left-wing organization influenced literary and cultural movement in 1936? A. Hindustan Socialist Republican Association. B. Progressive Writers Association. C. Indian People's Theatre Association. D. Communist Party of India. This is the answer and this is the explanation. Next, in 1936 election manifesto of Congress reflected A. Moderate constitutional politics, B. Right-wing ideology, C. Increasing left-wing influence, D. Complete rejection of socialism. So, C is the correct answer. The Karachi Resolution on Fundamental Rights 1931 was strongly influenced by A. Gandhi, B. Sardar Patel, C. Jawaharlal Nehru, D. Bose. C is the correct answer. Which body was the earliest major national platform for socialist oriented planning in India? A. Constituent Assembly, B. National Development Council, C. National Planning Committee, D. Planning Commission. C is the correct answer and check the explanation once. Congress socialist participation in princely states involved A. Supporting the rulers, B. Suppressing protest, C. Helping democratic movements against autocratic rulers, D. Avoiding political involvement. Here is the answer. Next, the growth of left influence in national politics is seen in the formation of A. Indian Labour Party 1936, B. Progressive Writers Association 1936, C. Justice Party, D. Hindu Mahasabha. This is the answer and explanation. Move to the next. Subhash Bose's victory over Pattabhi Sitaramaya in 1939 symbolized A. Rise of right wing, B. Decline of socialist influence, C. Strength of left forces inside Congress, D. Complete rejection of independence movement. C is the correct answer with explanation. Next, the All India Students Federation founded in 1936 signified A. Congress withdrawal from student politics, B. Youth mobilization towards left-leaning nationalism, C. Formation of a right-wing coalition, D. Introduction of British educational reform. B is the correct answer. The Congress Socialists shifted Congress policy towards active involvement in A. Foreign affairs, B. Princely state struggles, C. Trade union restriction, D. Communal representation. B is the correct answer. Next, Congress Socialists helped mobilize people in princely states primarily against A. British officials, B. Landlords, C. Autocratic rulers. D. Industrial capitalist. So here C is the correct answer. Next, which event demonstrated yearly left influence on Congress ideology? Pune Pact, B. Karachi Resolution on Fundamental Rights, C. Cripps Mission, D. Lucknow Pact. Here is the answer. Next, the 1936 Congress election manifesto showed the growing influence of A. Hindu Mahasabha, B. Right-wing Congress, C. Left-wing socialist, D. Communal politicians. C is the correct answer. The National Planning Committee was created in A. 1935, 1936, 1938 or 1940. Answer and explanation. Next, question number 226. Who chaired the National Planning Committee formed in 1938? A. Bose, B. Patel, C. Nehru, D. J.P. Narayan. From this explanation, you will also get the answer here. So the answer is Nehru. So read the explanations carefully and remember it, because from that you will get a question also. Everything is important. You can't skip anything. Next, the All India Students Federation was established in A. 1934, B. 1935, C. 1936, D. 1937. And the correct answer is C. Question number 228. Which organization brought together left-leaning writers in the 1930s? A. Indian Authors Guild, B. Progressive Writers Association, C. Hindustan Socialist Writers Union, D. Proletarian Literacy League. Next. Nehru served as Congress president in all the following years except we have already discussed this question. And the answer is D. Next, Subhash Chandra Bose was Congress president in which year? A. 1932 and 1934, B. 1936 and 1937, C. 1938 and 1939, D. 1940 and 1941. C is the correct answer. Next, in 1939, Bose's opponent in the presidential election was A. Rajendra Prasad, B. Sardar Patel, C. Pattavi Sitaramaiah, D. Raja Gopalachari. C is the correct answer. 232. The Congress Socialist participation in princely states marked a shift from A. Active involvement to isolation, B. Neglect to direct support of people's struggles, C. Cooperation to confrontation with the British, D. Socialist economics to capitalist reform. B is the correct answer. Which of the following was a key cultural organization influenced by socialist ideology in 1936? A. Indian People's Threat Association. B. Progressive Writers Association. C. Congress Cultural Forum. D. All India Radio Literacy Circle. B is the correct answer. The Congress Socialist Party contributed significantly to shaping A. Tribal rebellions. B. Feudal state reforms. C. Modern agrarian policy. D. British economic policy. C is the correct answer. Next, the election of Subhas Bose in 1939 signified the weakening of the left wing, rising influence of the left wing, collapse of CSP, end of socialist ideas in Congress. We have, I think we have already discussed this question. Next, question number 236. The Congress socialist push in the 1930s resulted in inclusion of which issue in party resolution? A. Religious reform. B. Fundamental right. C. Promotion of princely powers. D. Colonial cooperation. This is fundamental rights. Next, left-wing influence inside Congress contributed to which student movement? A. National Students Union of India. B. All India Students Federation. C. Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad. D. Youth Congress. B is the answer. The left played a major role in pushing the Congress towards A. Communal policies. B. Socialist oriented planning. C. Abandoning the national movement. D. Isolating peasants. So, B is the correct answer. In 1939, Bose's victory was particularly significant because Gandhi supported him, he was a left-wing candidate, he represented the right wing, D. He opposed socialism entirely. B is the correct answer. Two 40. The Congress Socialist agenda promoted closer cooperation with A. British industrialist, B. Feudal landlord, sorry, C. Peasant and democratic movement, D. Princely armies. C is the correct answer. So, with total 240 questions, we have finished our CSP. Hope you like the video. Thank you.